Signposting. Certain words and phrases act as signposts to point your reader to other part of your essay. Writing tip. A coherent piece of writing, such as an essay, works as a whole rather than as a series of separate points, and should have a clear line of development marked by signposting language. Now we are going to examine or understand what is meant by signposting or signposting language. Look at this paragraph with three signposting words or phrases. Japan and the United Kingdom, with an emperor and a monarch as head of state, respectively, are sometimes compared with each other. The former country remained culturally isolated for a long period of its history, while the latter evolved through its engagement, peaceful and military, with the world. Despite these differences, there are some interesting similarities. All three of these words or phrases refer back to earlier parts of the text. That means anaphoric reference. Anaphoric reference means referring back to something mentioned earlier. Not only do they help you to avoid repetition, but they also serve in the reader's mind to link one part of your writing to another. Respectively, this means this word is used to mean the, the order in which I mentioned them. The order in which I mentioned them in the paragraph above. It tells the reader that Japan has an emperor as the head of state and the United Kingdom as a monarch. So you can understand what is meant by signposting or signposting words. The former, the latter. If you have mentioned two things in your writing and want to refer back to them, the former, the first one mentioned, the latter, the second and the last one mentioned. In the paragraph above, the former country, Japan, the latter, the United Kingdom. The former and the latter can precede a noun. The former country remained culturally isolated. Or, if the meaning is clear, stand alone, while the latter evolved through its engagement. You can use these phrases as a pair as in the text above. You can use them on their own. In the middle of the 19th century, Japan opened itself to trade and ended its feudal system. The former development initially brought chaos as foreign traders exploited the country's unrealistic exchange rate between gold and silver. The former development, it is similar to Japan opening itself to trade. Other words and phrases that refer backward. You can use above to refer to something immediately before or something anywhere before. The rapid growth in the Sony Corporation during the 1960s can be seen in the graph above. In the part of this essay above on political change, it may have been implied that the transition to a capitalist economy occurred without opposition. The following words and expressions can also be used for referring backwards. Reference to the part immediately before. In the preceding or previous section of this report, a comparison was made between reference to a specific part before. As we saw in the first three paragraphs in the opening section of this essay. Reference to a specific point before. The two parties could not agree on the terms of the treaty, and this disagreement lasted 3 years. With this example, now you can understand how you use signposting words, how to refer back to something you mentioned earlier.